Okay, happy Thursday, gorgeous one. So, oh man, I had such a cool morning. I'm in my car right now, and I thought I'm just going to record this because I want to share it. So I'm going to just tell you the whole story because it was so proper magical. So I was gonna, earlier this week, I was gonna come and like do my weekly podcast, and on Tuesday I just got this real like, nope, like what I wanted to speak about, it's just like I kept getting a no. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna be patient. I'll wait for Wednesday. And I've had a week of a lot of body work this week. For some reason, all of it fell into this week. And I was like, oh my goodness. So by yesterday, I just had to rest. So I had to cancel my whole day and basically just stop. And I slept like most of the day. And thank goodness I've got really awesome clients. And like I rescheduled and I was just like, I've got to sleep. Because I felt like everything that was coming out like needed to come out, right? Like it was just like you know, our body stores so much, and sometimes a good massage or like zero balancing, whatever it is, that Reiki, whatever it is for you, right? Like it is needed. And so I went through the process, and last night I was just like, I have to go see my tree today. And when I woke up this morning, the weather was shit. It was literally like storm is coming in, the wind's blowing, it was raining in the night. And I'm like, I really need to go see my tree. There's something in me, like my favorite tree here on the moors by me. And I'm like, I really need to go see my tree. So I had to wait for my husband to do some stuff, and then I could leave. And as I left, it started bucketing down like almighty rain. And I got to the parking lot of the moor where I go walking. And I just sat in the car and I listened to the rain, and I'm like, I just need like half an hour. I just need half an hour of respite. And the wind's howling. I mean, I don't know if you can hear outside the car now, but I was just like, I just need to go and see my tree. That's all I need to do. And so I've got a pathway that I always walk. So I walk and then I turn right onto my pathway. And as I got to the pathway, my body went, no, you're not going to go down here. And I'm like, okay, well, there's one other way. So maybe there's some mud, or, you know, like my intuition's picking up something. But there's a much longer way that I can go around, which is less mud. And so I'm like, oh, I'm obviously going there. So I keep walking. And halfway to the spot where I need to turn the long way, I'm like, all of a sudden, it's just like something in me is like, just stop. And so as I turn right, the same type of tree. So my tree is like a red cedar wood tree. And the same type of tree is literally next to the pathway. And there's a little path that goes to the tree. And it's like the tree's calling me. And I'm just like, this is weird. And then as I walk in, I see a whole bunch more of these trees. So I go and I stand, and I'm just like, I put my back against the tree. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen. And I'm just like, okay, tune in. And I'm like, I need to take this pathway in. And I started walking. And then as I walked deeper and deeper into the forest, I'm like, oh my God, like I know this, right? Like I'm like, these trees, they look familiar. They look like where the other pathway comes in, but this is a hell of a lot shorter. Like I don't have to go all the way around. And I was just like, oh my God, it's just like I felt, you know, when you can feel something calling you, and you're like, okay, I just need to go there. Like something in my body was pulling me, and these trees were like communicating with me and like moving me towards where I needed to go. And I saw a little white feather on the road, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the little forest where my tree lives. And then I found my tree, and I spent the most incredible time there. And I'll speak a little bit about that now, but I just want to finish the story because it was so funny. So as I then spent my time there, and I did my thing, and we chatted, and like I rooted myself back, and I was just like, as I came back, I saw the feather, and I'm like, oh, there's the little feather. And then I'm like, oh, I hope I'm going the right way, because I've never walked this way. And then there was another feather and another feather and another feather. It was literally like a little pathway of like feathers guiding me out towards the new path that I'd not walked before. So I was walking myself back out on that new path, and I just laughed all the way, because everywhere I looked, there were just feathers on the ground, which I hadn't noticed when I was walking in. Obviously my eyes were raised, I was looking for where I was going, but on the ground the whole pathway was like breadcrumbs, but little feather crumbs. So I was just like, oh my goodness, this is absolute freaking magic. So yeah, that just made my day, because that's such a beautiful little feeling when you are guided by nature, right? Like when in your body and in your intuition you can feel like where you need to go, turn here, go there, follow this line of trees. It's like they were all talking to me as I got to my tree. So I thought that was so beautiful. And just on that note, like, I don't know, if you spend time in nature, it's like the communication system of nature to our bodies is so magical, right? Like, it's just like, it's that possibility that you can be guided by these sentient beings, basically, right? Like, it's just like, come this way, and here's a little feather for you, and there's a little this for you, and just, you know, follow the breadcrumbs and find where your heart was calling you to, which is just magical. And then the other thing that happened was that last night, before I went to bed, I just said to my soul self and my guides and me and all of that, show me what I need to see, because this has been like a hard week on my body, a lot of integrating, a lot of shifting, all of that. And I said, just let me see what I need to see, that can help me go deeper. And so this morning as I woke up, I said to my husband, oh my God, I had this weird dream. I was like, I was creating a magazine, and the magazine was called Fulcrum. And I'm like, what the fuck is a fulcrum? Like, I'm the least sciencey girl in the history of mankind. Thank goodness for Rob, because he's always like, oh yeah, it's that. And so we started speaking about it, and the fulcrum is basically the point when you are lifting or moving something really heavy, that it's like the anchor point, right? So if your fulcrum is this anchor point, and on top of it is, for instance, a piece of wood, and that's like the tipping point. So this fulcrum is the stability that is needed for the tipping to happen. And I was just like, oh, okay, fantastic. So I went and I sat with my tree, and I was just like, so tell me about the fulcrum. What is this about? Because I felt like I needed to re-anchor my body back into Gaia, and I needed to basically be in that space where I'm like reconnecting with her now that I've gone through a physical upgrade in the last 3 days. And it was literally like, you become the fulcrum. You basically become the fulcrum, this anchor point. And you guys know, if you've been listening to my podcast or been in my teachings, I'm always talking about this like anchor within me, right? That I feel like this is the thing. So this fulcrum point, this anchor point, is what is needed, like as the instability of the world is basically playing out around us. Because as I was sat and feeling into everything, I had this real sense of like, you know, the absolute chaos of what's happening around us at the moment. So where people are, the wars, the like what's being divulged, like all of these things, people waking up to just the reality of what's happening in the world, right? And I was just like, oh my God, this feels like when the universe started, and you know, when the big things started, and when creation started. It's this absolute mad chaos that is around us at the moment, and out of that chaos there will be a rebirth, there will be a new creation that is formed. And this chaos that is unfolding in the world right now is literally like what is needed for this rebirth, right, for all of us. So even if you're sitting in and you're going, oh, I can see exactly what's fucking happening, doesn't mean you're not going to be affected with it. Like, right, like everything that's happening around you is going to play into your own universe, into your own daily life, how things are for you, what's happening with you. And so all of that's going to play out. So if the fulcrum isn't stable, if the person isn't stable, you will get yourself wrapped up in the chaos. Okay, so part of the work at the moment for me personally, and I suspect for many of us, is that we need to find our anchor point. We need to find within ourselves what it is that we truly believe in, what it is that we truly want, what it is that we truly are. Like, right, like unraveling, dropping the shit, taking off the masks, all of this stuff, right? And I feel like that is what is called for right now. So if you are wanting to survive this chaotic moments, then you have to be strong deep inside of you. You have to be in that space where you have looked and contemplated and explored and excavated so that you can see what the true essence of you, what it really is. And what is that for you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? You know, how does it play out? Because all of this is so important at the moment, because otherwise you'll be swept up by all of the chaos, and every single major change ever has goes through this process. This is what rebirth is. This is like chaos creates beauty. Chaos creates something brand new. And yeah, it just feels like we really need to honor that within ourselves at the moment. So, you know, for me today, it was like my nature time before I start work and stuff. And it's just like, I have to be in this space where I honor what my body's telling me. And the fun of being able to follow my intuition and it leading me to magical places. Okay. And it like showing me a brand new way of getting to my tree. And I'm always visiting my tree. So now I've got an extra special, beautiful route that isn't going through 50 tons of mud, because I live in England and it's always fucking raining, right? So, you know, it's just these beautiful little nuggets and magic moments as well that keeps us anchored. It keeps us anchored in the magic. It keeps us anchored in the hope as well. Because if we're not anchored in the hope and we're not anchored in magic, my goodness, like life can be really fucking hard. Okay. And if you're not seeing the beauty around you, if you're not seeing all of, you know, what creation and everything is giving us amidst all this shit, because the shit's very real. Okay. Like, it's not gonna go away. This fucking chaotic period, this year is gonna be fucking mental. And it's just like, we just have to hold on in yourself. And that safe space is within you. And that's one thing I've been journeying with since last week, was that so often we want to make someone else our safe space. We want to make something outside of us our safe space. And if you are not concentrating on you being the safe space for you, then that's going to be disastrous. Okay, then you are going to fall. You have no fulcrum then. The fulcrum is completely unstable and not viable, basically. And so when you start to make that transition to understanding that the only safe place right now is inside of yourself, and obviously your family is there to support you, and your ancestors, and, you know, the guides and like nature and everything is there holding and supporting you. But the essence is that little fire inside of you, that little light inside of you, that hearth, that's a safe space. And that's the place where you have to be sure that that's your safe space, not someone outside of you, not some institution or an authority figure, or even someone that you love, because, you know, everything is fallible. Everything else can disappear. You are here. and you are you, and you are meant to be your own safe space. And I know it's hard because, part of the work is to create the realization and the knowing in your body that that is the best safe space is deep inside of myself. Okay, regardless of everyone else. And if they do make you feel safe, fucking A, right? Like awesome, beautiful relationships, awesome. But at the end of the day, if all of that fell away, would you feel safe within yourself? So ask yourself that, okay? Because that's where we start. We have to start over there. And I'm gonna bang on about this until I die. Every single video. Forever and ever and ever. So come back into that space. Find the fulcrum. Find the warm, safe space within yourself for this chaotic world. And remember that the magic and all of the beauty and the moments of like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like all of these things are meant to, just keep us stable. It's meant to remind us of like what the world really is, and what it really is made up of. And that is magic. So, okay. So that's what I wanted to say. This will be the podcast recorded in my car today. And I just realized that I didn't even say welcome to the podcast, but this is the podcast. So this is how we roll today. So yeah, have a absolutely beautiful, magical day, and an amazing week, and just, sit and start to get back to that space. And if you need help, like, activate your body oracle, hand up, I'm here if you really want to go deeper. It's been incredible to see all the beautiful souls joining me on those journeys. It blows my mind still. Okay, so have a fantastic week. Look after yourself, and yeah, just keep seeing the magic.